Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums, 'tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, for you guys out there in the viewerverse, I've got a little bit of a No Man's Sky video for you. When it comes to the Quicksilver Agent Johnny 5, let's go and speak to him. There we go. The Quicksilver Synthesis Companion is his real name. I think you'd agree that Johnny 5 suits him quite well. Here we go. Let's go into here. Now let's pick on up this banner. This is the Corvax emblem banner. All banners are fully unlocked now, as you can tell by the progress bar at the top there. But what is coming next into the verse? Well, let's go and grab the No Man's Sky Assistant app on my mobile device, and I will show you what could be coming next. And when I say could, there's a reason why I say could. Okay, so here we go. The next community banner, let's just hit next down there in the corner. Oops, I pressed it twice. There we go. So we have got these coming next. Yeah, the Blizzard Arch plant, the Cold Cup Nest plant, the Flowering Chillwood, and a Chillwood. Now, to me, they all look rather wintry, and we're just about to approach the summer here in the UK. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens to this lineup inside the Quicksilver store. Now, I'm thinking it could get paused. And why am I thinking it could get paused? I'm thinking it might get paused because we might get an expedition drop. Why do I think we might get an expedition drop? Well, normally we have expeditions running back to back, or fairly close to back to back. They're usually, a couple of weeks. Well, not even weeks. Usually days, maybe a couple. In some cases, it has been a couple of weeks before another expedition kicks in. But they are seasonal. So we've already had 2 expeditions this year. So we've had one for the wintry type time and the spring type time. We enter into summer from, June 20th? Yeah? And then that carries us over to autumn winter. So I think we're probably likely to be due an expedition very soon. And if you do exit out to the actual main desktop anyway, well, to mode select, you have got these tiles on the front screen here when you hit new game, where it says about a new community expedition is coming soon. I mean, we all know it exists, we all know that it's coming, but not only that, Hello Games did tweet, or Sean Murray at Hello Games tweeted out the cowboy emoji for this update. So here we go, we've got Sean Murray doing the cowboy emoji. Now, whenever he's done the cowboy emoji in the past, we've got an expedition. I don't think he's ever done a cowboy emoji and we haven't had an expedition. This seems to be the first time that's happened, unless I am mistaken. If I am mistaken, let me know when that happened in the past. But here we go. I think we were supposed to get some sort of expedition. But I would like to have hoped that Hello Games would have waited until the Switch 2 launch, waited for Switch 2 players to get to a certain sort of phase, or to at least get used to the game, and then put that out, the expedition, maybe a week or 2 later. But if that was the case, I would have expected Sean, like he's done previously, to mention inside the patch notes, Expedition 19 or whatever we're on now, coming soon, and at least give us the name of it, and to say what sort of rewards might be coming to drum up a little bit of hype and a little bit of interest. He also done the gib emoji, which we normally associate with a large or big named update. Well, this was like 5.7. It's not like it's version 6 or version 5.5. He usually reserves the gib emoji for incremental updates like that make a big change to the actual game, not things at a surface level or adding in extra depth. So to see that he's used the gib emoji out of the normal pattern and context that we usually expect makes me think, has he done the same with the cowboy emoji? Is it now that he's just on autopilot and we're going to see these emojis appear in every single update, whether they're large, small, got an expedition or not? And in that case, the emojis and what they mean to the community or to myself and to my speculation goes out the window somewhat. So there is that. Now, if they were to be bringing out an expedition, normally Sean will list them in the actual update features list, which I'm now scrolling for, looking for rather frantically, which he lists out using a load of little emojis. Let me find it. So if we was to get any sort of expedition, I think it would have been listed inside of here. And as you can see here, it's not listed there. And it's not inside of the patch notes saying coming soon, Expedition 19 or whatever number we're on. So Perhaps not. Perhaps in this case we're not getting a side arc expedition. And I think there's a reason as to why that might be the case. There was a lot of bugs, a heck of a lot of bugs for the Beacons update, more so than I've seen in any other update, when I would say that they were basic bugs. I mean, you couldn't even get the Overseer's building to spawn in. That's step one of the frickin' update. And that was broken. It was broken to or fudgery, you know. And some people were getting broken saves, especially like on Steam Deck, and they would just get a white screen of death that would then turn to a black screen and the game wouldn't load. Hopefully a lot of those have been fixed now. Captain Steve, oh Captain Steve, oh Captain, heck yeah. Why not hit that like and subscribe? Thank you very much. Yep, we've had reams and reams of updates. I think now the new update, Beacons update, is in a semi-stable condition. All of my timers seem to be working there or thereabouts. It still says that I've been the owner of the settlement for 56 years or something mental. And I think, though, that things are progressing. My settlements are slowly coming out of debt and I'm able to progress and build new buildings, at least. That's working now. But I'm wondering, these items that we've got in the Quicksilver store right now are pretty winter related. I was wondering whether we might get an expedition or an update happen beforehand. So maybe we might be able to, you know, get ourselves something a little bit better than these things. I mean, next after that is a little peeping fauna banner. I mean, it's quite cute, but it's just one item on its own. And that seems rather weird as well. I kind of feel that the Quicksilver store is in much need of a replenishment, people inside the viewerverse. So I think if we don't see those wintry objects come into the Quicksilver store in the next couple of days, I think there might be a bit of a pause on the Quicksilver store. And I think we might see some sort of expedition announcement happen around the 20th, when we enter into the seasonal period of summer over here in the UK. Okay, here we go. Saturday the 21st of June. You know, I didn't think I was that wrong. Bloody heck. But anyway, there we go. And that takes us up to the 22nd of September. So I'm hoping that maybe we might see an update happen after the Saturday the 21st of June. Normally we see updates happen around the Tuesday. I'm thinking maybe Tuesday the 24th of June we might see something happen. And I think as long as we've got all the bugs squashed with the latest update, that might be on the cards. An expedition that sort of suits the Nintendo Switch audience in a roundabout way. A more casual sort of approach. Something that you can do in bursts. Maybe something that's a bit time gated. An hour wait and then a 2 hour wait. Something like that. A little bit like the living ship type stuff perhaps. In fact, a living ship expedition would be perfect, especially if it rewards us with a load of new modules and weapons for our living ships, and the organs have to, you know, be birthed like we did in the living ship quest. That'd be perfect. The reason I say that is I feel that the latest update that we had, the Beacons update, I think is very much for the Switch player. You know, we've got all these time gates when you're actually building different buildings or waiting for another action to happen. You know, you play your Switch for an hour, a good hour or so, turn it off, maybe put it back on charge, and then come back to it a few hours later, pick it back up and play. And I would say Beacons encourages that level of play. I think Beacons was very much an update for the Nintendo Switch audience. So it wouldn't surprise me if we got a Nintendo Switch type based expedition. And to put those time gates in and things, perhaps Hello Games have needed that a little bit longer. And I'd imagine all these bugs that we've had for Beacons has maybe pushed that further back. I mean, I could be wrong. There might not be another expedition on the cards until we get another large update. Hello Games in the past has said we will never do an expedition without an update. It would always be an update with an expedition. But then they did that Utopia one, the Fractal update, and we got the Utopia expedition with Fractal, and Fractal was just a little bit of a quality of life thing. But who's to say they won't do that? Just do a little bit of a quality of life update with an expedition attached to it. after the 21st of June, because then we're in the summer season. And they have said that these expeditions will be seasonal. So this whole video of me blathering on is just saying I don't think we're going to be getting these cold items coming into the Quicksilver store, because they don't feel seasonally correct to the actual lineup. They just don't feel right. So I'm thinking maybe something's going to happen before these drop in. And if they do drop in, then I'm wrong. If these drop in, I think they're going to take a good couple of weeks to unlock all 4 of them. And then we've got the banner, which, you know, the little guy there. I think we've got at least another month's worth of stuff queued up here, people. So if we have got another month's worth of stuff queued up here, I don't think we're going to see another update until maybe early to mid-July, is what I'm thinking, people. So if we don't see anything happen tail end of June or early July, I think the next update isn't too far off anyway. I think these Quicksilver items are going to be a key factor in that. If we see them come in, I don't think we're going to get an update until they're all gone. So I don't think we're going to get an update until about mid-July. If we do see that they end up staying paused, I think we're going to see something happen towards the end of June. And I think it's going to be something very small with an expedition. And I think it's going to be Switch 2 related. That's my opinion. That's my speculation. Sound up in the comments. Does that sound like it's got any sort of legitimacy to you? Does that make logical sense to you? Till next time, people. Salute Monday. Goodbye, goodbye. And goodbye again.